Finally, Ripple's protracted trial against the SEC is over. One of the most bullish signals in Bitcoin history is this one. According to some cryptocurrency analysts, XRP may potentially reach $10,000 or more. Quite awesome, isn't it? Let's dissect what's actually happening here. I promise that this video will astound you. Immediately, let's get started. Disclaimer. One of the most widely followed court cases in the history of cryptocurrency has finally come to an end. According to August 18th court filings, Ripple Labs has agreed to pay $125 million to resolve its dispute with the Securities and Exchange Commission, ending 5 years of contentious judicial arguments. Mark Fagel, a retired securities attorney who broke the news on X, described it as a long-awaited resolution to a matter that has shaped Ripple's course for the past 6 months. The case, which was brought in December 2020, concerned whether Ripple's native coin, XRP, ought to be categorized as a security. The asset was hampered in its acceptance and price movement was suppressed for years by the uncertainty. Many members of the community are wondering what XRP's future holds now that the dust has settled. Bill Morgan, a cryptocurrency lawyer, wasn't holding back. Yes, the lawsuit excuse has run its course for any further lack of XRP adoption or flat price action, he replied in response to X. An increasing sentiment in the market is reflected in his comment. Regulatory limbo is no longer an excuse for Ripple. Now, all eyes are on the business to provide tangible growth and for XRP to demonstrate its value in the larger cryptocurrency ecosystem. However, concentrating only on cost may obscure the wider picture. In the background, Ripple has been creating a remarkable global ecosystem. In a historic move, an XRP exchange-traded fund proposal with the ticker XRPR initially appeared at the CBOE market in early September, becoming the first spot XRP ETF to be listed in the United States. An exchange-traded fund, or ETF for short, is essentially a collection of assets that trade on conventional stock markets, much like a share of Apple or Tesla. Here, institutional investors, pension funds, and regular traders in traditional finance may gain exposure to XRP without having to purchase or manage the tokens themselves, thanks to a spot XRP ETF that would track the price of XRP directly. The importance? ETFs frequently serve as a conduit between cryptocurrency and Wall Street. We've already witnessed how Ethereum and Bitcoin ETFs increased prices and opened up billions of dollars in institutional capital. Securing its own spot ETF might significantly boost demand and liquidity, providing XRP with the kind of mainstream recognition it has been longing for. What does this mean for XRP then? With the $125 million settlement, years of ambiguity are eliminated, and a difficult chapter in Ripple's history is over. However, it also eliminates the final significant justification for the tokens lagging behind its counterparts. With the stablecoin industry thriving and institutional doors opening thanks to the ETF proposal, Ripple has the means to rewrite its story. One thing is evident to both investors and onlookers. Although the litigation is concluded, Ripple's trial is far from over. This is where things start to become really exciting, though. Even though the litigation is finished, XRP's narrative is far from over. Thus, we can't disregard the opinions of some of the leading experts in cryptocurrency regarding the potential future direction of XRP. Believe me, their predictions are incredible. And if even half of them come to pass, XRP's future will astound you. Thus, XRP's recent regulatory success isn't the only reason for its euphoria. The community is ablaze with bold predictions that are stretching the bounds of imagination on social media. XRP Avengers boldly declared in a tweet that XRP will print the largest green candle in cryptocurrency history. As this was going on, John Squire inspired the community by declaring that the XRP army was united and unstoppable, and the XRP captain boldly forecast that XRP would reach $130. The positivity and sheer vitality of the XRP community, often known as the XRP army, are reflected in these posts. However, the discussion doesn't end at triple-digit costs. On social media, cryptocurrency enthusiast Jack the Rippler asked a thought-provoking query. Is it feasible for XRP to reach $10,000 per token by the end of 2030? The figure appears almost comically ambitious at first glance. Given the current price of XRP, it would need an astounding gain of more than 333,000% to reach $10,000. According to this prediction, XRP and the cryptocurrency market as a whole would be redefined, and its market capitalization would reach previously unheard of heights, among the highest in financial history. The response from the community was as passionate as the question. Susanna, one commentator, emphasized the magnitude of the number, noting out that if XRP reached $10,000, its market capitalization would approach $1,000 trillion, significantly exceeding current international financial standards. Daphne, meantime, cautioned that reaching such a milestone would necessitate widespread adoption, legislative certainty, a perfect alignment of a number of crucial criteria, and verifiable benefit. The aim, she said, was ambitious. However, if Ripple keeps growing its ecosystem and gaining credibility through programs like the ETF and stablecoin acceptance, it won't be completely impossible. Even if they are hypothetical, these conversations, in my opinion, highlight an important fact about XRP. It is no longer merely a token that is mired in regulatory uncertainty. The SEC settlement made it possible for Ripple to promote adoption, draw in institutional capital, and expand its infrastructure internationally. It's unclear if XRP will hit $130, $1,000, or even the fanciful $10,000 milestone. However, the magnitude of institutional prospects and the degree of community enthusiasm indicate that the token's potential is still very much alive. The tale of XRP has changed from one of legal battle to one of strategic opportunity, at the very least. Ripple now has a platform to reinvent itself and possibly the cryptocurrency sector as a whole, because to clear regulations, ETF opportunities, steady coin growth, and a devoted following. I appreciate you watching. Please remember to hit the like button, leave a comment with your ideas or questions, and, most importantly, remember to subscribe if you found the information informative and enjoyable.